We are now looking at a live picture within the courthouse at the airport, the Delaware Airport. We've got Lindsay Lohan there in place with her attorney at her side.
Okay, I received a copy of the probation officer's report yesterday. Have all counsel seen it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Ms. Lohan, you have actually done the work and done it not only on time but early. It says you were doing an extra day yesterday. Did you do that day?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, but you did the 12 days and you completed it early. She's also done 5 therapy sessions.
So that's one
Okay.
additional, I think.
Right. She did get out of custody early, so that's good. All right, so you know the drill. It's 12 days of community service and 4 therapy sessions each month. Keep in contact with your probation officer. There seems to have been some confusion, and I spoke to the supervisor of probation yesterday because Ms. Mansfield was away at a training, on whether or not you were permitted to take vacations outside the state. My original order was that you could leave the state for work if approved by Ms. Mansfield, or holidays with your family. Ms. Mansfield apparently thought that your sister's birthday was a holiday, and she said that you could go to Hawaii. I don't have a problem with it. And just to make sure that we're all clear, and I've talked to the prosecutors about this, in any month in which you finish your 12 days early, or you've already completed your 12 days, you may then travel. Okay? You just must notify Ms. Mansfield. But you cannot leave the state except for work unless you've completed those 12 days already. Is that clear, counsel?
No.
Okay.
I want to make sure it's very clear. If she's completed the 12 days, can she travel
for pleasure?
For any purpose?
For pleasure, for any purpose, to see family, to not see family, to go to a spa, whatever she wants to do, in terms of whatever anybody else is allowed to do, once you've already done your 12 days. So if in January you do your 12 days by, well, I guess it's 12 days, not a month, but it's 12 days between court appearances. So we have the holidays coming up. You may travel to see your family. Okay? Your family's in New York, Florida, wherever they are. You could travel to spend the holidays with your family. If they want to come here with you, that's fine. Travel for pleasure, fun, can only be done once the 12 days are completed. Other than that issue with the family. Is that clear as mud or not?
Yes, ma'am.
People, do you understand it?
Yes.
All right, and I will have that communicated to Ms. Mansfield. But you're doing well, and I'd like to see it continue, okay? All right, and anything else before we just set the next court date?
No, I think we already did set the next court.
Yeah, it's January 17th, I believe. So between now and January 17th, 12 more days, 4 more therapy sessions. Keep in touch with probation. Okay? You're ordered to appear here on January 17th at 10 a.m. on both cases.
I have one question. If she has completed everything, must she still appear personally?
Yes.
We'll look forward to seeing you.
Because if I say no, she won't complete everything. I'm just saying.
Yes, she will, but we'll still look forward to it.
Well, I'd like to believe she would, but I think she likes to come here and see me. I think that's a motivation for her. Just kidding. I know she doesn't like to come here. But I think, do more days a month. And then we can end this in February, possibly. Depending on what your schedule is, do as many days as you can. Okay? The morgue seems to be pleased. As pleased as a morgue can be. All right. I'll see you all back here on January 17th. Everybody have a safe holiday. Okay.
All right, and there you have it. Legal analyst Robin Sachs, we're going to bring you in right now. First of all, I noted that Lindsay was Lindsay Lohan a bit emotional about this, and I suppose there's a good reason to be, given everything she's been through.
I guess this is like a little milestone. It's a big milestone, actually, when you consider the trouble that she's had in the past with her sentences and complying.
Well, this is a nice, refreshing opportunity for her and refreshing for all of us who are watching this. But I got to tell you, what the judge just did right now is setting up for complete disaster, because whenever you have a judge on the record saying, is that a as clear as mud, that when there is, and if there is 12 days, what 12 days, where I can go, what can you go, I'm telling you, you're going to have people going over that transcript in 500 different ways, reading and interpreting if there becomes a problem with her probation in the future.
But now, Sean Chapman Holly's a pretty sharp cookie, so I think she's probably going to make sure that all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed before Lindsay does anything, I would imagine.
I actually disagree with you there. I think the best thing in the world for a defense attorney is a lot of mud that leaves lots of room to argue later on. Why would you want to clear it up? Make it real messy right now so that you can argue about it later. That would be the defense strategy.
But would that be good for her client, ultimately?
The prosecutor should have been there and got up and said, I want complete clarification. What 12 days? What does she have to do? She could travel whenever. And when does that restart again? This is somebody who needs absolutely crystal clear direction, and she just had the judge saying that the order was as clear as mud. I mean, I'm sorry. I love Judge Sautner. She's a great judge. I think that statement in court is only sets up for problems. Either you let her travel or you don't let her travel. But doing it after this and doing it between court dates, and she said after the month, I mean, she said three different things.
The prosecutors are there in the courtroom, too. That's an interesting point. We didn't hear from them.
That's right. The prosecutor sat there quiet and let the judge take over the courtroom and let the defense attorney run how this case has been handled. And that's been consistent this whole time. This has been Sean Chapman Holly's case. She's had control of this case the whole time, and I give her credit. She's done a great job for her.
Yeah, and we were a little confused sitting out here. All right, Robin, thanks so much. Appreciate your perspective.